coffee again, and today I'm going in a different direction. Today is Friday, and I actually have been wanting to do this for a long time, which is kind of do reviews for some of my favorite shows. And one of my favorite shows is Scandal. Yes, Scandal, Scandal, Scandal. Who doesn't love Scandal? Who doesn't love all the characters? Huck, Fitz, Olivia, all of them, Scandal. But the winter season is pretty much over, and then they just had the winter finale. So I decided I was going to recap the winter finale and then do another video where I recap the entire seasons, episodes 1 through 8. But the winter finale was so crazy that I just got to talk about it. So let's sit and talk. Okay, so let's start. Let's go ahead and chat. So go ahead and get yourself some wine if you want to. If wine's not your thing, go ahead and get some coffee. You know, there's a lot to talk about, or some tea, however you want it. Shoot, this is Scandal. Go ahead and get yourself some cheesecake, okay? You know, whatever. Rock your boat, but time to talk. First, let's start with episode 9. Just a little details. The previous episode, we do know that Fitz moved Liv into the White House. Unbeknownst to her, just pretty much moved her clothes. It's kind of a stalkerish type of thing to do. I don't know. Fitz have always has this type of possessive attitude, even from season 1. It's about Olivia. So him moving her stuff into the White House without Elise letting her know is typical Fitz move. I don't like it, but that's just typical Fitz. Okay. First of all, let me just say I've been watching Scandal since day one. Since the time I saw commercials on ABC about this new fixer and this new show by Shonda Rhimes, and I saw Kerry Washington strutting herself down that hallway, which of course is OPA hallway. I was like, this is a really good show. And you know what? I've been complete support of this show since then. Okay. And I just think it's getting better. Now there are some seasons that I'm just like, blah, it sucked. Like season 3, you can throw that season away. It was probably the highest rated season, but it just was awful. It was really, really, really bad. I didn't like anything in that season. I can't say I didn't like anything, but I just did not like the content that season. I didn't like the direction it was going. I believe that's the season that Kerry Washington was pregnant, so maybe that's why some of the writing just seemed off, but nah. I did enjoy season 4, but I have to say season 5A to me is definitely one of my favorite seasons next to season 2. So let's just start with episode 9. It was called Baby, It's Cold Out There. So Olivia is living in the White House with Fitz. So the episode pretty much starts out with Olivia playing that Jackie Kennedy, Michelle Obama role. You know, she's in the White House, and you know, she's the president's girlfriend, I guess you can say, not wife, but I guess you could say wifey. So she's living in the White House and she's doing her wifey first lady duties. But let me just show a clip of the first scene of episode 9, and it shows Olivia doing her so-called FLOTUS duty. Here's a clip.
You see that?
What?
It looks like Olivia Pope. It sounds like Olivia Pope. But that over there making chit-chat is weird.
All I see is a happy holiday. Our charm offensive's working, poll numbers are up, and America's starting to fall for Olivia Pope.
All I'm saying is, don't get used to it.
I just feel like I can really talk to you, you know?
I get that a lot.
Actually, I could use your help. I have a problem.
You do?
Though maybe you're not the right person to ask.
Try me.
Well, I've been searching forever, and there was a cookie I had once at a dinner with the president.
A cookie?
It was just to die. I mean, really, to die. It was, kind of cinnamony, but not spicy. I can't do spicy.
Of course not.
And it had sugar on top, and maybe just a little swirl of caramel. I asked the chef, but I forget what he called it. It had a cute little name. Do you think you could get me that recipe?
Okay, so now looking at that scene, that is so Olivia-like. I'm looking at that scene. I'm with Liz. Like, that is just so weird to watch. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Olivia is not about that FLOTUS lifestyle. That's just not her. She's never been that way. She's always been the one in charge. She's always been the top dog. That's Olivia. So for her now to take this, not saying that being FLOTUS is a mediocre role, but really it's a second class role, you know. So for her to take this role where she used to, I mean, she was Olivia Pope, the fixer. She was the one, you know, getting babies from Russian mobsters and fixing things with terrorists. I mean, this is the girl that got kidnapped by terrorists and was able to fight her way back. Girlfriend is top dog. And now she's talking about cookies. Nah, no, not Olivia Pope. So I wasn't surprised to see the attitude Olivia was giving Fitz all through the episode. Not at all, not at all. So anyways, so we saw that scene, and then, you know, I've always said Olivia is not that FLOTUS life, and she'll never be. And this, to me, I always knew was gonna be the downfall of Olivia and Fitz. So you notice through the episode that Fitz and Olivia are pretty much at odds. Well, Olivia's not 100% there. She's probably sitting there thinking to herself, like, what is life? Is this life? This isn't my life. So I don't blame you, girl, because I couldn't do that neither. Because I consider myself a go-getter, not a fixer, but just not that mommy Sue maker, you know, type of thing. And Mellie warned her about that life. In the previous episode, Mellie said, hey, this is a prison, the White House, you know, where you pretty much are nothing more than ornamental. And pretty much Olivia has become ornamental. So it's become to be a problem with her. So anyways, that's the Fitz and Olivia. So the story also goes on, has another catapult. And the one thing I love about Shonda is she loves to take real life issues and put it into her show. Last season, she had one about All Lives Matter, which goes along with the Black Lives Matter theme. And she did a great episode. And she got a lot of flack from certain people about it, but overall it was a great episode, and seriously, I support anything Shonda does right now. But anyway, she was doing, I guess you can say, her support or her talk about Planned Parenthood. If you know anything that's been going on in the news, Congress has been trying to defund Planned Parenthood forever. I just don't know why. Listen, in my opinion, there's so much going on out here than worrying about Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood does so much more good than it does bad. Only 3% of Planned Parenthood services is about abortion. The rest of it is pretty much making sure women, especially poor women, or women in college, get the support, the medical support and healthcare needs that they need. I mean, seriously, for the longest time, healthcare, before the Affordable Care Act, most young women or women in general just didn't have health insurance, you know, and then there's still a lot of people that have health insurance. Thank God for the affordable health care. Now about 9 million people are now registered and have health care. But prior to death, where did you go to get all those reproductive services? You went to Planned Parenthood. I remember being in college. If you didn't go to the school health services, you went to Planned Parenthood because you were no longer on your parents', you know, insurance. So anyways, Planned Parenthood is doing a lot of good, but there's a bunch of people that want to defund it and prevent health care for getting to millions of women. It did not succeed in real life, and it did not succeed on the show too, and that is because of Mellie. You know, Mellie, I've always loved the character Mellie, and I've always loved Mellie Young. I think she plays Mellie fantastic. Like, she was born, just like Kerry Washington was born to play Olivia Pope, Bellamy Young was born to play Mellie. And I don't always support or root for Mellie, but let me tell you something. Today, I was rooting for Mellie. Mellie knew they were about to defund, in the Senate, they were trying to defund Planned Parenthood. And she figured out the only way she can keep this from happening was to do a filibuster. So she has to stand up there for 16 hours and talk about crap, all right, to filibuster this funding plan. And my girl went up there and she did what she had to do. And I have to say, I've never rooted and screamed and praised for Mellie before than I did that day. Well, that episode. So go Mellie, go Mellie. But anyways, so let's move over back now to, there's a lot of stuff that happened in this. Okay, so Mellie right now is up there trying to filibuster the PPP. Olivia right now is walking around just giving Fitz a whole bunch of attitude. And while all this is going on, if you remember the previous episode, Huck kidnapped Rowan. So I thought Huck kidnapped Rowan to kill him. Let me tell you something. I am not about that killing Roman life, okay? Let me tell you this right now. I like Roman. He may be diabolical and devilish, but Joe Morton is a fantastic actor. He just gives the show a certain type of essence that I just think if he was not on the show, it would lack. It really would. So, thank goodness that Joe Morton, Papa Pope, is still on the show. He's not dead. So, Joe Morton, so Papa Pope is still on the show. Thank goodness. Huck did not kill him. Huck has him kidnapped, strapped to a chair, and it's like he's babysitting him. So we later find out that he's actually keeping him safe from Jake, who's trying to kill him, for Olivia. Olivia had him do it. But listen, why he's in there, Rowan decides he's going to taunt, he's going to taunt Huck. And this is what he says. Take a look at this clip. I have a clip of this.
You're working for someone. Olivia? I'm her father, Olivia's. I am a father. Hers, Jake's. I have so many sons, so many ungrateful children. There is no gratitude in parenting. I don't know why we do it. But you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? What's his name? Javier? Javi, I believe is what you call him, your son. Have you seen Javi recently? No? Do you think he misses you? Or do you think he's happier now that he knows that his insane shell of a human father is out of the picture again?
Don't talk about my family.
He spent the majority of his life believing he was fatherless anyway. Can you imagine a father so bad that you tell your child he's a bastard rather than tell him his father was you?
Do not talk about my family.
One could argue that he's better off being parented by one of the random men who have run in and out of the house over the years. Oh, I kept a close eye on Kim. Trust me, there have been no shortage. Yes! Yes! There you are!
Now, did you see that? Well, let me tell you this, though. This is where it gets really crazy, okay? Huck decides, okay, you're going to taunt me. I don't have a clip of this. I wish I could get it, but I don't. Huck is like, okay, so you're going to taunt me? Well, let me taunt you. So he starts taunting Rowan about the fact that Olivia and the world thinks Olivia is a home-wrecking slut, that he, Rowan, failed as a parent. And then the one comment that he said, and you got to give it up to the scandal writers for this one little comment. So Huck looks Rowan straight in the eye and says, I actually wrote this down, I gotta read this. Which white boy do you approve of being inside of your daughter? Boom. Boom. Right then and there. I mean, that was so cold-blooded. And I'm just sitting there like, I know he just didn't say that. But he said that. Huck is cold. I mean, and that deserves a little sip of wine for that one. So, yes. Rowan is sitting there disgusted, and several points for Huck, and Rowan just sitting there saying, well, I ain't got nothing else to say because you just got me. Yeah, he did. So let's go back to Fitz and Olivia and Melly. So Melly's still sitting up there trying to filibuster, and Olivia looks and is like, okay, you know what? She needs help. So she goes to one of the Senate ladies and was like, hey, as a woman, let's help Melly. And the Senate lady was like, no, I'm not going to help Melly. She's just going to have to be up there and suffer. So Olivia gets something up her sleeves. She goes to Vice President Susan Ross for help. So Susan decides that she can go up there, and she does this thing where she goes to Melly and she's like, you know, listen, I want you to yield the floor to me. So Melly's like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. Because, you know, by this time, it's probably been like 14 or 15 hours. And Melly had to go to the bathroom. And you could tell she had to go to the bathroom because she's sitting there jumping all over the place. And she's just like, her face, you could just like, oh my God, she needs to go. She's got a bladder full of water and she needs to relieve herself. So anyways, lucky for her, Olivia got Susan Ross to go up there. And she yielded power to Susan. And Melly ran out of there faster than you can say gonorrhea, and that's exactly what Susan said. Susan takes the floor, and the first thing she says is, I want to talk about gonorrhea. Yes, Susan Ross. I love Susan Ross. I really do love it. And, you know, I would like to have a friend like Susan Ross in real life. It's just giddy and funny and quirky. speaking of Susan Ross, she has a thing for David. Yes. But David has a thing for Elizabeth. That's quite disgusting. You know, one thing I would say that I never expected to see was David in a triangle. And actually me rooting for David with actually one other couple, one other lady on the show. Yeah, I am rooting for David and Susan. I think they would make extremely cute and adorable couple. I just love Susan. So anyways, David gets a bracelet for Liz for Christmas. Liz is like, nah, I don't want it, leave me alone. Later on, Susan brings a gift to David, and he feels guilty that he didn't get Susan a gift, gives her the bracelet that he got to Liz. Let me tell you this, okay? When Susan finds out that gift was kind of like an afterthought, she is going to raise hell. She may be sweet and all, but I feel there's some fire in Susan, and she's going to let David have it, and I am here for her to let David have it. So, let's go back. So, Mellie was able to get the filibuster. She was able to prevent Planned Parenthood from being defunded, and all is right in the world. And you know what? One thing I have to say is I love the fact that, okay, prior to that, Mellie and Olivia were in the bathroom. I guess Olivia met up with Mellie in the bathroom. And Olivia was giving her encouraging words, telling her, you know, you can do this, you can fight, you can go on. And I love the little sisterhood Mellie and Olivia has. You know, I know for the longest time they've been rivals, but they are more alike than they are different. And I actually love the collaboration of those two women to be able to do something great, which was prevention of the defunding of Planned Parenthood. So that was a good story. Again, big ups. But Fitz is not too happy about this. See, Olivia was supposed to be attending some White House dinner, and she did not go. And he's sitting there waiting along with a whole bunch of other people, but she's not there. Next thing we do is see Olivia at an office, a medical office. A medical office about to do a procedure. Now let me tell you now, this is a very controversial part of the show where a lot of people have their opinions. Now, while they're showing Olivia in the medical office, we also hear in the background music of Silent Night. So we didn't realize what's going on. Olivia is having an abortion. Yeah, I didn't expect to see that. That was shocking. That's what Shondaland does. That's what she does, you know. That is literally what Shonda does. So Shonda has Olivia abort Fitz baby. As soon as I saw that, I just knew that diehard Olitz was just going to go crazy. Of course, my Twitter lit up when that happened. But I get it. Let me just speak on this a little bit. I may not agree with Olivia's choice, but what Shonda was trying to say is, you, Olivia, and every other woman out there has that choice to make. And it's her choice. You know, some people are probably pissed off that Olivia did not tell Fitz, because she ain't tell Fitz. So she ended up not telling Fitz at all in this episode. But it's not for Fitz to know at that point if she did not want him to know. It's for her to do this. It's her choice. She felt that she could not bring a child into the situation she's in, and I don't blame her. Her relationship with Fitz is chaotic. Her relationship with the father is dysfunctional. Her relationship with her career right now might be the best thing going on, but it's still kind of up and down. And she's not married, you know, to Fitz, and she's not ready to get married to Fitz. So why bring a child into that chaotic, dysfunctional atmosphere? And that's probably what her thought process was. So whether you agree or not, I felt that was her choice to make, and in this day and age, I feel like all women should be given that choice to make. It's just how I feel. So anyway, she did that, and then the next thing you know, we pan to Fitz and Liv. I guess after the procedure, she goes back to the White House. She meets Fitz. Fitz is pissed. He is pissed. Okay, you know, I gotta drink some wine for this, because the dialogue, the fight that happened next between Fitz and Olivia, epic. So yeah, Fitz is pissed. It's like, where have you been? And she was like, just out. She was trying to kind of avoid it. He's screaming at her, where have you been? I've been looking for you. And she's just like, why do you care? And she's like, I missed the dinner because I did not want to go. Pretty much, she was like, listen, I don't want to go. I don't want to be here in this White House and a prisoner in your home that you brought me here against my will. And of course, Fitz is looking at her like, what are you talking about? And you know what? sitting there and saying, you know what, I understand. I understand exactly why Olivia felt claustrophobic with being with Fitz. So anyways, she's in there, she's drinking Melly's Hooch, and everyone knows what Melly's, if you watch Scandal, you know what Melly's Hooch is. So she's got a bottle of Melly's Hooch and she's drinking it up. Which is really surprised to me that Olivia had the stance to fight with Fitz, because I thought after a procedure like that, you're supposed to like relax and take it easy. I mean, I'm surprised she even has strength to even do anything. But anyways, they got in a fight. So she's yelling. She's like, you know, I didn't want to go to dinner. I don't like my situation. I feel like I'm ornamental. And she's like, I shouldn't feel like I'm ornamental. I'm a big dog. I'm a top dog. And she is. But at the moment, she's not feeling that way. And you know what? She felt like she felt in prison. And one important thing that she said is she felt manipulated by him. And I think that struck a chord with Fitz, because Fitz's thing was always that he does not manipulate Olivia. He gives her free will to make her own choices. And then once she makes the choices, she can't be upset about it and then blame him, which she sometimes does to Olivia. So Fitz is, you know, she's pissed off. She felt like he pretty much manipulated her, moving her into the house to punish her for her releasing her father from prison, you know, as a way to kind of control her or guilt her. So she's throwing all these accusations at Fitz and all. And Fitz is just pissed off. And he's just telling her that she is worse. She is worse than Melly and stuff. And pretending that she didn't like all of that stuff. So he's just giving it back to her. But while they're sitting there fighting and yelling and pretty much taking shots at each other, they're showing clips of their beautiful Olitz moments, romantic scenes. Like there's a scene with them holding hands, some of their nice sex scenes, just their scene in Vermont, just really nice, beautiful scenes of them together, romantic scenes of them together. And you're sitting there, you're reminiscing about the good old times while you watch them literally attack each other with one slur after the other. I mean, they are mad. And finally, at the end, Fitz just goes, you know what? You loved it better when I was unavailable. You know, that's one thing about being in such a heated affair. The thrill is gone once there's no more hiding. I mean, just think about it. For the longest time, they had to hide their relationship. There was that intense sexual desire when they see each other. They're hot and bothered. It's just intense because they can't go public with who they are. They can't just be. And now they get the opportunity just to be, and they're like, well, I don't think it's going to work. Because that whole catch, it's almost like a game. It's over. It's gone. The thrill is gone. And so Olivia and Fitz, which is so interesting to me, after everything they've gone through, both of them mutually said, that's it, call it quits. They both call it quits. Just like that. Didn't even fight. That's it. We're done. Why? They finally have a chance to be publicly together. They decided to be over. So they both decided they need more time, and basically they are over. And you know what? That's fine. I think that that's fine with me. This is the thing. I love Olivia and Fitz, but I like them when they're separate as well. And right now, them being together just does not work for Olivia. And it doesn't really even work for Fitz. You know, it just doesn't work. I honestly believe that in the spring, Olivia needs to go and be on her own. Maybe she can date, not Jake, but she can date somebody else. And Fitz, you know, maybe he can go out on some dates or something like that and see other women to really see if there's a way they can work it back to each other. You know, I have to say, it surprises me because literally when this episode happened, you know, and this is the thing with Scandal, there are some really passionate fans out there. I'm a passionate fan, but not like some people out there, especially ones that are really big fans of Olivia and Fitz being together, Olitz. These diehard Olitz, love you guys to that. I follow you. Some of my friends are. We discuss it a lot on Twitter and Facebook. But some of you diehards, you need to just take it easy a little bit. You have to understand that Scandal is a drama. It's not a sitcom, you know? It's not a comedy where everything is always happy and great and there's a conflict in the beginning, but by the end, there's a resolution and everyone's unhappy. This is a dramatic series, a dramatic show. So Some of you guys need to chill. I swear, a lot of people I saw look like they were about to jump over the bridge. You know, Vermont is dead, so they're about to jump on the bridge. No more babies. Ooh, yeah, so a lot of people have been wanting an Olitz baby forever. And that, of course, that dream is over. But it's not necessarily over. It's just not the time for all of that. Scandal has been on for 5 seasons, and I would love it to go on for another 5 seasons, but I only think there's only 2 more seasons left. But I think by the 7th season, all of the stuff that a lot of you diehard Olitz fans are wanting is going to come to fruition. But it takes time. You know, a lot of them really just want to have Fitz and Olivia having sex in every episode. How boring would that be? Like, seriously, how boring would it be? Fitz and Olivia sexing it. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice. It's hot. It's sexy. Fitz and Olivia, sex all the time. I mean, that's cool. It's a minute. That's really cool. I love their scenes. It's so hot and bothered. I mean, but Tony and Kerry Washington does a great job of really bringing out their scenes. The chemistry between those two is just untouchable. It's amazing. I mean, I think I've never seen chemistry like that for any parent anywhere on TV. I mean, I think most people can agree on that it's a fantastic. Those two are fantastic actors and actresses, actor and actress, and I love them both, and they both work very well together. But anyways, going back to the show, so I just think people should just let their story unfold, let the journey go. Stop wanting to like stab Shonda Rhimes in the back every time Olivia and Fitz have a fight and something happens. Olivia and Fitz are not together again. It's a journey. It's a dramatic. It's a Shondaland roller coaster. It's supposed to be crazy and sad and happy and dramatic. You're supposed to be drinking wine during the day after watching the episode the night before. It's you're supposed to do all that stuff. So, anyways, that is my recap of episode 9. I think it was a great winter finale. I'm really looking forward to what's gonna happen. Few things that I'm looking forward to gonna happen in the spring. 1. Will Olivia tell Fitz about her terminating her pregnancy? 2. How is Olivia really going to go on with her life not having Fitz in her life? You know, how is that going to happen? How is Fitz going to deal with the fact? Because we know he has such a hold on Olivia. His whole life really centers around Olivia, which is not good as well. Let's see how he runs and let's see how well of a president he's going to be without Olivia by his side all the time. Melly, where is she going to go from here? Is she going to start dating? Is Fitz going to start dating? Is Olivia going to start dating? Jake is just someone sitting up there in the wind, you know. What's going to happen with his character? Is he going to try to get back with Olivia now he knows that Fitz and Olivia are done? Let's just see what happens. Papa Rowan, is he going to cause more havoc and craziness in that family? I mean, with his daughter and Fitz and just the Republic? Interesting to see. Huck, I would love for Huck to reunite with his wife and son again. Those episodes they had last season and the season before with Huck and his wife, they need to bring her back. And I think they need to go ahead and allow Huck to foster a relationship with his son. Let's do that. Quinn, I didn't even talk too much about Quinn, but I would like to see something Quinn. You know, what's going to happen with her? You know, she's OPA. But what else? So they got a new guy, Marcus, on there, the new OPA, the Columbus, pretty much. He took over Columbus Short's character, Marcus. Handsome guy, great, but let's do some more with him. You know, I know he's new to OPA. Let's give him some cases where he just shows what a badass he is. So let's see that. So I'm actually really excited about the spring and what Shonda is going to bring. I love Shonda. So, yeah. There it is, recap of episode 9, season 5. And I plan to do a recap of the entire winter season, so episodes 1 through 8, so look out for that. Alright, thanks for following me, and if you have any comments or questions, did you like the episode? Did you hate the episode? What did you like or didn't like? Did you agree with some of my commentary? Did you not? It's fine. Let me know. Let me know why. Alright, thanks. Bye.